All right. So, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm Taka Ogata, this governor for the Indiana, and today we have a very special guest talking about international convention and the hospitality volunteers. So I would like to ask past Governor Chris Bauer and our convention chair for 2022 ICON, Chris Bauer, to talk about, maybe if you could talk a little bit about ICON and also how we can help you.
All right, thanks, Taka, appreciate it. So
if everyone could mute yourself so that we can hear Chris well, thank you.
Thank you. So the host committee for International Convention is basically charged with providing sort of that welcoming volunteer support for various areas of the convention. We don't have any responsibilities for programming or entertaining or workshop leading or anything like that. It's really an opportunity for us to make sure that the Kiwanians that are attending the convention from out of town and out of the country can find their way to places that they need to go and feel welcome and feel like they have someone that they can just ask some general questions to. So this year, we have 3 kind of subcommittees for the convention, and a couple of the subcommittees have several different tasks that fall under them. So I'll just run through those, and then we'll talk a little bit about how to actually sign up to be part of one of the subcommittees. So the first subcommittee is airport welcoming, and this is exactly what it sounds like. This is basically on Tuesday and Wednesday, right before the convention begins, being at the airport. We're allowed to have 2 people at each concourse, the A and the B, each the A and the B concourse at the airport, and then a couple people at a table and baggage claim. And we're just there to welcome, greet Kiwanians as they come in. We'll have signage so they know who we are. We'll probably have some things, little trinkets to give away, a little game or something that they can come up to the table and play, just a way to engage with folks as they arrive. So to make sure that they feel welcome, and then also to answer their questions. Typical questions at the airport range from, what's the easiest way for me to get to my hotel? Where do I pick up an Uber? Where do I get my bags? Just general things like that. So this is a great opportunity for people. If for some reason you're not able to go to the convention, you do not have to be registered for the convention to be part of this team, because it's not actually on the convention site, it's at the airport. So if you have conflicts and you're not able to go, you just maybe have a day that's available or something, this is a great way for you to participate still. And it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Parking is covered. So we'll have specific places that to park and be able to validate your parking. So it won't cost you to go out to do this, which is nice. And that again is primarily on Tuesday and Wednesday as people are arriving for the convention. So, and that's led by Sharon Canaday from the Guys Club. And then the second subcommittee is called International Marketplace Support. Formerly, if you've helped before, this registration is folded into this, but registration, as you probably already figured out looking through the ICON materials, is a little different because first of all, there's no on-site registration. It's just packet pickup, and it's only packet pickup for the non-North American attendees. Those of us that register from the US, Canada, we will have our packets mailed to us in advance. That's one reason that the registration cutoff is May 1st. So you'll actually arrive with all your convention.
Not now, but it still says the same thing. Your speaker is not working. Please check your connection or use it.
Is everybody else hearing me okay?
I am.
Still says the same thing.
Okay.
I'm hearing it okay.
I hear you fine.
Okay, I'll keep going then. So the packet pickup, this is a great place where if you have, even if you just have some conversational skills in a language other than English, because these will be all non-North American attendees that will be picking up their packets. So even if you need to know how to say hello and thank you and welcome or something like that, it'd be a great place for you to volunteer for the packet pickup. Another task that's underneath the international marketplace support is passing out the t-shirts, wristbands for the Victory Field event. So that's part of the convention registration package, and people will be coming on Thursday because the Victory Field event is on Thursday evening. So this will primarily be on late Wednesday, and then during the day on Thursday, they'll be manning a desk where people can come and pick up their items for Victory Field. And then the third thing is meal packaging. There is a service project that's happening on Friday morning, and it's packaging meals. Some of you may have already done this project where you package the really highly nutritious bags of, it's a grain and, vegetable, meal packet, single packet that's put together. And so they're going to be doing that service project on Friday morning in the marketplace. And they need some people to assist with that. You do need to be able to pick up some boxes and move them around if you do that. That does conflict with the district convention. We don't need a ton of volunteers for this. So since it does conflict with the district House of Delegates, hopefully we can get a handful of people that maybe are willing to opt out of the House of Delegates and help with this. And that team is led by Gail Webb from the Carmel Club. And then the third team is the Welcome Desk team. This looks very similar to what it has in the past years. Kind of think of it as the convention concierge. It's a desk in the convention center outside the marketplace that we staff. We'll have maps of, the city. We'll have dining guides. We'll have some information like that from Visit Indy that we can distribute. It's just a place for people to come and say, hey, can't find this room. You can direct them where they need to be in the convention center. They might have questions about the schedule. You can answer those. They might want a recommendation for somewhere that they can walk to go have dinner. You can help with that. So again, it's just a place that people can come and ask questions and get some directions. So we'll have people staffing the actual desk, and then we'll also have some roaming concierges. A couple people each shift, just kind of wandering around the convention center, again, to answer questions, to help people take selfies and photos at some of those photo spots. So just a fun way to engage with attendees. And that team is led by past Governor Marge Crouch. All right. So for the marketplace support and for the welcome desk, you do have to be registered for the convention for at least the day that you're volunteering for. So you either register for the whole convention, or if you're only registering for a portion of it, just make sure that you volunteer for the day that you registered. And yeah, are there any questions in general on the tasks? Okay, doesn't seem so. All right, I'm going to attempt to share my screen and show you the actual site where you can sign up, and hopefully you'll still be able to hear me once I do this. Try to make this work. Well, hang on a second. I seem to have lost there we go. You probably can't see that. Can you see that?
Not yet.
Not yet. You still see me. All right. Hang on a second. Well, I guess I'm going to share my desktop, and then I'm just going to pull it up that way. Can you see it?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So you can see right up here. Here's the link. Right up here, it's kiwanis.ivolunteer.com/Indy_2022. So in the emails that we're sending out that to promote this, that link is in all of them. That link was on the material that we passed out at mid-year as well. So it's really simple. I mean, you go to this page and you can just look through here and you can see all the different shifts. The days are listed over here in the rows, and the shift times are listed, and the tasks are listed up here in the column headings. And you'll see that like these 2 shifts for packet pickup on Thursday and Friday are already full. I've got one of the 2 volunteers that I need for this shift on Saturday, and one of the 2 that we need for this second shift. These others are all open. So you just kind of look through, that's packet pickup. This is airport welcoming here. This is the welcome desk right here. This is the wristband distribution that I was talking about right here. This is the meal packaging on Friday right here. This is the roaming concierge right here. So you just look for a day and a time and something that you're interested in doing. And it's very, very simple. You just click and it'll take you you click right on the shift that you want. You put in your email address, your first name, your last name, and your cell phone number. And then you just hit volunteer. You will receive in your email to this email address that you put in here, you'll receive a link. It's a confirmation link, and it will come immediately to your email. The best thing to do is to just wait a minute and go directly to your email and then confirm. It holds this spot for you for 10 minutes. So if you don't confirm within 10 minutes, you may still be able to go back and confirm later. But if the shift fills up, it will release it to someone else after 10 minutes. So it's that simple, and you'll get a confirmation that you have registered. And then this is also the system that we use to send reminder emails. If there's some specific information that we need to get to people, for example, on airport welcoming, when it gets a little bit closer and we know from the airport where we need you to park or how we need you to handle that, we'll send that out in an email to all the people that have volunteered for that. So it's pretty straightforward. You can also cancel, you can self-cancel or reschedule yourself for something else. If you find that you have a conflict that you didn't realize that you had, you can cancel your shift up to 24 hours before it starts. And then you can also, reschedule yourself for something else that's available. You'll notice up here, we have 177 open slots still. You don't have to just volunteer for one thing. You can volunteer for a couple things. Most shifts they're between 2, and I think the longest one is 4 hours. It just kind of depends on the task and how it broke out a little bit on the length of the shifts, but nothing I don't think is longer than 4 hours, and most stuff is more in the 2 to 3 hour range for a shift. All right. You do not have to be registered for the convention before you do this. You do have to be, eventually you have to be registered for the convention, but it doesn't matter what order you do it. You can go ahead and sign up for your volunteer shifts, and then you can register for the convention. We will run a report, closer to time, and, we will contact people that have signed up to volunteer for something that they need to be registered for, but they still haven't registered, just to remind them to go do that. All right. What questions do you have?
How many people do you expect at your conference?
I don't know. KI doesn't usually give specific numbers of what they're expecting. But I guess because of COVID, I don't even really want to guess right now. I mean, in 2015, of course, it was the 100th anniversary, and, it was pre-COVID and pre-everything. We had, I'm thinking about 5,000 Kiwanians with key clubbers and Circle K'ers. I think the total was around 7,500. But, I expect something less than that again.
Yeah.
It's not the 100th anniversary, and
Right.
there's still a lot of people that are restricting themselves or feel restricted from travel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I was in Salt Lake City last year, so yeah, it was down.
Yeah, I don't even know how many they had. 750 was that?
That's what I remember, Taka, you know.
Yeah, I think he's still muted.
Yeah, I think he's asleep.
Well, I know too, last year they were really, is my understanding, I was not there, but my understanding too was they were really packaging it more as an education and training conference solely.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
and this year, I mean, it is a full convention, House of Delegates,
Yeah.
you know, elections, you know, the full thing. So that will certainly attract more people, I think, as well. Plus, we have a candidate for international trustee, Steve Ingram. So we want to get a lot of people there registered as delegates to vote, so we can get Steve elected as well. So,
Yeah.
Chris, do they wear anything special or go anywhere, you know, do anything special like hats or anything like that that designates them?
yeah, we're going to have some buttons, some big, you know, round buttons to put. We're not going to have T-shirts or hats or anything. We had those lovely hats in 2015, but again, that was sort of a more celebratory special occasion with the 100th. But yes, you will have something to wear that designates you as a host volunteer. And you do, all volunteers also get a $25 gift certificate for the Kiwanis store at the convention. So you can take that in and buy your convention T-shirt, or, you know, buy something else, purchase something else that you'd like from the Kiwanis store. So you can share this link. Please share it, you know, in your club newsletters, your division newsletters for your lieutenant governor. You know, embed the link right in there. You know, direct people straight to the site so they can sign up. I think we're also, you guys will be the first to hear this, but we've also been asked if we can maybe handle the parade of flags at the opening session on Thursday morning, where all the flags of all the Kiwanis countries and geographic regions are carried in. So that's like 84 people to carry flags. So Taka, you and I can talk a little bit more about that. I just found out about that in the last day.
Okay.
So I think I'll be adding that to the sign up sheets, but what I'd really like to encourage people to do is to sign up for another shift, and if they want to do a flag, to do a flag and do both. The flag will not take much time. It'll basically be lining up, you know, before the opening session on Thursday, and I believe the opening session starts at 9:30, so it'll be, you know, probably get there half hour, 45 minutes ahead of time and get a little instruction, and then, you know, marching in with the flag, and then you're done. And then you can go to your seat for the rest of the opening session. So I'd like to encourage people to do both, and not just do that.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be a great experience.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I think it could be fun. You know, you do have to be, the flags are not really heavy. They're on lightweight poles, but you do have to be able to carry the flag and, you know, walk across the.
There's no wind inside, so it should be fine.
Do they leave the flags on the stage then, or is it they have to take them off?
I guess I don't know.
All right.
I'm waiting on a few more details from KI. They had just emailed me and asked if we'd be willing to add that to our list of things. And I said, yes, send me more. And I haven't received the more yet. So details to follow.
And I volunteered for the airport transportation last time, 2015. And that's how I got to know Japanese delegates.
Yes.
And it's really fun to just welcome them and then, you know, drive them to the hotel and give them some, so
and
I highly encourage it.
We don't have to transport anyone anymore. They stopped doing it, I think, in 2017 for a couple reasons. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some liability issues, but also primarily with the advent of Uber and Lyft, it's just so much easier to get an inexpensive, you know, transportation from almost any airport. more so than it used to be, like when you had to wait for a shuttle bus or, whatever. So they quit offering that.
Okay,
Yeah, so we just need to be there to greet them. We don't have to
that's
actually
good.
support them anywhere.
Any other questions or like marketplace? I think if some of them may not be at Icon, so could you elaborate what marketplace is?
Sure. Marketplace is basically the main convention hall where registration happens. There's a reception there on Wednesday evening from 4 to 6, which is kind of the opening event of the convention. There'll be some vendors there, primarily other programs and people that that Kiwanis partners with for service projects. We'll have some displays there so you can ask some questions and gather some information from some of our service partners. Different departments of Kiwanis, like, membership. There'll be some fun things to interact with as far as increasing Kiwanis membership and some of those programs. It's kind of the, if you've been to a trade show or something, it's kind of the trade show or the exhibit hall kind of idea. It's kind of the hub. There'll be some places to just relax, sit down, rest your feet for a bit after a long day of walking around the convention center. I think they're going to have some, some board games and some things that you can just sit down with some friends and engage in as well. So it's just kind of the central gathering spot for the convention.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Well, I would ask in closing is just please, like I said, share this information, share the link, encourage your clubs, clubs in your division. We have a ways to go to get the spots filled. And since registration ends on May 1st, that's kind of our cutoff too people can sign up after that, but we need to make sure we're going to have enough people attending the convention, to fill all the spots. So don't hesitate to take a spot or two and sign up yourselves. It's a lot of fun. It really is. It's a great way to connect with Kiwanians from all over. And it's just, I think it makes the convention experience just a little bit more enjoyable for us, because we just get a chance to be a little bit more embedded in what's going on and have a few more opportunities to interact. So please help out by sharing the information, encouraging people to sign up.
All right, thank you, Chris. And I think, everyone on this Zoom is really interested in helping you. And also hopefully, you guys can bring 2 or 3 more members clubs to attend Icon. And because it's been for a while that we met together, we didn't have Icon for a couple of years. So I think we want to make sure, we have a blast in Indy this summer. So thank you so much. And we'll keep promoting it. So thank you, Chris.
Yeah, you're welcome.